I live in Green Hill Park, near the big oak tree beside the ice cream stand. My name is Nutlegs because my legs bounce like a nut in a frying pan. I love eating leftover snacks, playing on tree branches, and doing nothing when the sun is out. There's a tiny colony of ants who live near my tree. They don't joke, don't rest, and don't even blink. Okay, ants don't have eyelids, but still. Their leader is Captain Click-Clack, a serious black ant with shiny armor and loud footsteps. Every day, his ants carry food, crumbs, seeds, bits of candy, even onion rings. I always laugh from my tree. Hey, Click-Clack, slow down! The sky isn't falling! But he never looks up. Just keeps shouting, more food, more storage, check for rain signs. I thought he was crazy, but I was the one who didn't see what was coming. One morning, I held a squirrel comedy show under the slide. I said to the pigeons and a sleepy raccoon, why did the ant bring a spoon to work? Because he thought it was lunchtime, not crunch time. Even the butterflies giggled. That same day, Captain Click-Clack marched his ant army past me. They were carrying whole peanuts like baby elephants. I shouted, are you building a castle under there? Click-Clack stopped. He looked up, shook his tiny antenna, and said, Nutlegs, it's better to sweat today than to starve tomorrow. I laughed so hard I almost fell off the bench. I doubt there's an ant in the park big enough for shoes. Strange things began to happen. The sky stayed cloudy. The wind was warm and weird. The ducks flew away early. Even the frogs were quiet. But I didn't care. I was too busy chasing Bouncy Tail, the prettiest chipmunk in the park. Meanwhile, Captain Click-Clack and his team worked even harder. They closed some tunnels. They added more dry leaves to block water. They built a new food room deep underground. I said to a nearby worm named Squiggles, these ants are acting like it's the end of the world. Squiggles replied, maybe they're the only ones who see it coming. It started as a little rain. I danced in it like a squirrel at a wedding. Then came the thunder. Boom! Then the wind. Whoosh! Then the real storm. The sky opened, the trees shook, the trash cans flew. My nest? Gone. My pizza crust collection? Floating away. My beautiful tail? Soaked like a wet mop. I ran to Bouncy Tail's hole, already full. I tried hiding in a shoe near the path, already taken by 2 angry rats. And then I remembered the ants. I ran to the ant hill near my tree. Rain poured, thunder roared. I knocked on their tiny leaf door with my paw. Click-Clack, ant people, please, it's Nutlegs, I need help. The door opened. Captain Click-Clack stepped out wearing a waterproof mushroom hat. He looked at me, wet and shaking. You were the one who laughed the loudest, he said. I lowered my head. I know, I was wrong. He looked at me again and said, wisdom is not about winning arguments. It's about knowing when to forgive. Then he let me in. My eyes almost popped out. It was like a mini ant hotel underground. Tiny glowing stones lit the halls. Food was stacked in neat piles. Sugar, grains, seeds, and even raisins. There were warm moss beds, clean water drops, and even a tiny doctor ant checking on injured bugs. Captain Click-Clack handed me a warm dandelion blanket. You're safe here now, but don't just rest. Watch, learn. So I did. I watched the ants take turns on night shift. I saw them dry wet seeds using warm pebbles. Even the sick ants had helpers. They were small, but they were mighty. After 3 days, the sun peeked out. The park was a mess. Benches broken, birds' nests gone. My favorite trash bin flipped and empty. But deep under the ground, the ants were fine. Captain Click-Clack stood tall. Well, as tall as an ant could. Prepare when the sun shines, and you'll survive when it doesn't. I looked around. Birds looked tired. Frogs looked hungry. Squirrels looked lost. Only the ants had peace. And I was alive because I listened at the last minute. Later that evening, I asked all the animals to meet near the old swing set. I stood on a broken branch and said, "Friends, I laughed at the ants. I thought working hard was silly, but they saved me, and I want to be like them from now on." The butterflies clapped. Even Bouncy Tail winked at me. Captain Click-Clack gave me a little ant salute. Since that day, I've changed. I still eat snacks and bounce around trees, sure, but now I help the ants. I carry leaves to help build tunnels. I warn others when the sky changes. I teach young squirrels ant wisdom. Even the worms now call me Nutlegs the Wise, though I still forget where I bury my nuts. And sometimes, when I see the ants marching in a line, I join them just for fun. Now, when someone laughs at the ants, I say, they may be small, but their brains are big. They don't wait for trouble, they prepare ahead. And because of them, I am alive. So if you're reading this or listening to my story, remember, don't wait for the rain to learn how to build a roof. Be like the ants. Think ahead. Work hard now, and you'll smile later.